Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. Jake Matthews, 20 wins, 7 losses. He's 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Minus 220 favorite. 30 years old, 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. Fighting Francisco Prado, who's 12-2, 3-2 in his last 5 fights, 1-2 in his last 3, plus 180 as an underdog. 22 years old, 5'10" with a 69.3-inch reach, about a 3.5-inch reach advantage for Jake Matthews. Francisco Prado coming off a pretty bad loss against Daniel Zahuber. Like, wasn't almost finished, but he got beat up, he got bloody. Zahuber's really long for this weight class, really good reach. Jake Matthews being in the UFC for a very, very long time. Like I said, 20-7, has 13 finishes. He has been finished 4 times out of his 7 losses, and it's all been in the UFC. 3 by submission, 7 finishes for him in the UFC as well, and 5 of them also by submission. 13-7 UFC, 20 fights. This will be his 21st fight. Got a win over Phil Rowe in his last one. Didn't look great. Rear naked choke against Darius Flowers. Did what he needed to do in that one. Lost against Michael Morales. Competitive, but lost. Lost against Matthew Semmelsberger, which was just really the power of Matthew Semmelsberger. The weird one is, if you watch the fight against Andre Filio, dude, he looked like an actual contender for the belt. I'm not joking. He came back from the Sean Brady arm triangle loss to him in 2020, came back in 2022 in June, so about a year later, and a little over a year later, actually. And oh my goodness, did he looked unbeatable. Now again, Filio in hindsight, not great, but at the time had 2 wins back to back by KO. Okay, all right, fine. Yeah, and then he goes a bit on, he's 2-2 in his last 4, 3-2 in his last 5. 3-3 in his last 6. So it's weird for sure. But Phil Rowe, long, lanky, overrated. He's a good fighter. I like Jake Matthews. The problem is, I think Francisco Prado losing the way he did. Oh gosh. Francisco Prado losing his last fight against Zahuber. Again, like I said, it's much longer. 1-2 in the UFC, destroyed Atman Azartar. Short notice, lower weight class, I believe, when he fought Jimmy Malarkey. He was undefeated. But again, he looked good against Azartar, who has not looked good. So it's a little bit of a weird evaluation on Prado. The thing I like with Prado a ton is he has good power, he has good pressure, and with Jake Matthews, who is inconsistent, I just really like this matchup. He has 12 finishes. Like I said, he's lost 2 decisions, by Zahuber and Malarkey, and Malarkey is not very durable, so that one's a little bit of a weird one. I really, really like Francisco Prado in this one. Now, if Jake Matthews, the guy that fought Andre Filio, that guy wins. I'm banking on the fact that he's inconsistent. He doesn't do great against fast, big punching fighters. I like Francisco Prado. And as always, guys, subscribe, like, comment. Peace.